So I'm doing a little bit of home improvement for the shower. So back there, you'll see the blue thing, maybe. Past that, there's a spin down sediment filter that got really clogged when we modified the shower tank. And those particles are so large that they don't actually pass through the filter, so it just constantly gets clogged. What happens often when I take a shower is it'll run fine for about 7 minutes, and then the pump starts to get backed up, and then the water pressure just goes way down. So what I'm going to do, or attempt to do, is bypass it, which isn't easy because it's so cramped, but the shower system has been one of the biggest pains in my ass, from the plumbing to the filtration. I think that if I do this, I'm hopefully golden. Hopefully that does it. I think it will. I'll find out when I take a shower tonight. Hey guys, I hope all is well. I wanted to provide an update for the recirculating shower system that I have implemented into the bear den here. This is a recirculating shower system HINDSIGHT. This is my explanation of what I suggest to you or anyone who is going to do a recirculating shower system within their build, their van, their RV, their tiny home, whatever. If you are going to do this is my suggestion to you. Through the 4 months that I've had this system, that I mimicked off of another van lifer, I feel I unnecessarily need to constantly upkeep my system because of how it is laid out. How I suggest to any of you who is going to take on the system is like this. All of my filtration happens after the tank. What I would suggest to you is going from the drain, because it makes sense. Obviously it makes very much sense, hindsight, looking back, is that all of your nasty, dirty water is being filtered before it even hits that first pump. So from your drain, you have a sediment filter. This will get gunked up constantly. It's just, that's the first line of defense. That's what's going to catch all of your large particulates, the sand, the hair, all of the little Scooby snacks, So make sure you have good access to this sediment filter. Super cheap, they're like $2 or $3, but this one thing will absolutely slow down the rest. So make sure you have good access to that. From your sediment filter, you can get away with maybe putting 2. You could actually probably put a spin down filter, which is just a heavier duty sediment filter. You can probably take this thing and put it in front of all of this. But these 2 filters, the sediment filters, they will get blocked up. You will need to at least drain them or clean them before every shower. I can almost guarantee that. I have to do it on my system. It's worth it to have a recirculating shower system, but there is upkeep involved. So, from your sediment filters, you go into your 5 micron filters. 2 5 micron and 1 micron. From there, it goes into your UV sterilizer. From the UV sterilizer, it's going to go to your pump. My diagram is off, and now that I have thought about it a little bit more in depth while talking to you. Put your spin down filter and sediment filters at the receiving end of your drain. This way, like I said, all of your water is crystal clean before it even touches that first pump. From the first pump, it goes into the top of the 9-gallon tank. At the bottom of the 9-gallon tank, you have another 3 gallon per minute. You want to make sure that you match your pressures. I tried to do a 1 gallon per minute at the bottom of the drain and a 3 gallon. It just doesn't work. You have to match. I went with the 3 gallon per minute C-flow pump. From there, from your pump, what I would do, and suggestion to you, is put a T right here after your pump at the bottom of your tank. Put a T and you just plug that T up. After your T, you put a shutoff valve, like a ball valve or whatever you want to use to shut off the water to the rest of the system. That way you can resort to that T, plug in your hose or whatever, and you can drain your tank right from the source, pretty much. I have to drain my tank through the shower mixer. So you have a T, you have a shutoff valve. Before you go into the heat exchanger, whatever heat exchanger you have, my system is the hydronic, the S-bar hydronic system. So whatever your heat source is, your heat exchanger, tee off before you even plug into that. That way you can have your cold water go into the cold valve on the mixer. After your heat exchanger, it goes right into the shower head, into the mixer. Now, if considering that this is all on one tank, your cold water, your hot and cold on your mixer, it will work quite well, but over the course of the time, or however much heat you put into the system, the duration of your shower, the heat of the water is going to rise because it's all the same water. This is my suggestion to anyone who's going to do a recirculating shower system. This is what I wish I would have done. If you are interested in how I did the install and all of the doodads along the way, look in the previous video, the recirculating shower system, hot water, same water. You'll find it. It's down there. Good luck.